What up, SFAM? It's your boy Lynch. I'm back again with another motherfucking video. SFAM, stand up, salute, stay focused, and motivated, and get motivated up in this ain't one time. Alright, man, so I got another one from that veteran life. It says, I would punch a drill sergeant in the face. Again, this one sparked up something. I had to check this out. I'm surprised this guy don't have more views on his video. I mean, he been at YouTube for a year, some change now. He don't get very many views on his page, but he got a lot of different stuff up there. I might check some more of his stuff out. But I gotta see this one, man. I would punch a drill sergeant in the face. Alright? Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. SFAM, stand up. SFAM, salute. Stay focused, motivated, get motivated up in this ain't one time. Just because I know, man, somebody will say this. A trainer will say that, man, I'll punch drill sergeant in his face. I'll fight drill sergeant. I know they freaking would say it, man. So anyway, let's go.
Welcome back to That Reserved Life. If you can tell by the title, we're going to talk about something a little bit spicy today. So, when you look at the title and it says, I would punch a drill sergeant in the face. I'm not talking about me.
He ain't talking. He already said it in the last freaking video. When the drill sergeant walked up, he had all respect for the drill sergeant. Drill sergeant kept on bumping into him. He found out it was drill sergeant. He locked up and he moved out of drill sergeant's way. You know what I'm saying? I still can't believe that drill sergeant was kept on bumping him like that. It's like he's asking for trouble, man. Drill sergeant was asking for a problem. And you got to be careful nowadays with trainees and stuff like that. They know a lot of stuff, man. And they are not afraid to say something, you know what I'm saying, when they feel a certain way. You know what I mean? Drill sergeants a lot of times get investigations on them quick. And I've known drill sergeants who got investigations on them and come out clean from the investigation because they weren't at fault at all. And I've known drill sergeants who have got their hat and badge taken from them. They're working up in freaking S3 or something like that in battalion because they done got in trouble doing something stupid. So anyway, yeah. He said it straight up. It was not me. It ain't me. Let's check it out. Let's check it out, man.
When you look at the title and it says, I would punch a drill sergeant in the face. I'm not talking about me. This is something that I always hear from people on a reason why they didn't enlist into the military, specifically the Army. It was always, I would punch a drill sergeant in the face if he got in my face.
I saw this. Listen.
And I have two
I saw this. First, I gotta tell y'all, I watched up to this part. Once he said this part, I knew I had to watch it. And it makes me like him for this, you know what I'm saying? Let's check out what he got to say. Check this out right here, what he says, man. Listen.
Got in my face. And I have two.
He got two comments. He got two comments.
One. No, you wouldn't. You would not punch him in the face. I guarantee you, a lot of people went in with that mindset of, oh, you know, no one's going to punk me. And then you get to basic training, and then 3 days into it, that mindset is broken, and you're completely...
Sometimes it takes a little bit longer.
Going with the flow now. Second comment is that even if you did, that drill sergeant would literally mop the floor with you. He would mop the floor with you.
Now, I got to speak for us little drill sergeants, right? I got to speak for us little ones, you know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be plenty of times where we're going to have to kind of face off with a trainee. There's all kinds of trainees. There's trainees that'll freaking submit right away. There's trainees that they've been through stuff. Maybe just that day, trainees having a bad day. Just don't feel like, which that's no excuse, man. If you've been there already for a week, 2 weeks, a month, and then all of a sudden you decide you're having a bad day and you don't want to hear what drill sergeant got to say, it's going to be a wrap right there because you already know what it is. You already know what it is. Now, if you first get there and you're not having it with the drill sergeant, whatever, especially don't let it be during like day 0 shark attack. You either going to have drill sergeants on your hind parts right then and there as soon as it happens, knowing straight up off the back, drill sergeant got battle buddies that got his back. Ain't nothing going to freaking happen, man. Unless maybe a trainee might catch a drill sergeant while he's alone and something crazy happen. I don't know. I've yet to hear some crazy stories about trainees fighting and beating up a drill sergeant. And then on top of that, them not even suffering any repercussions from that. Any trainee put their hand on a drill sergeant. For instance, if it was me, if a trainee wanted to fight me, and y'all probably won't think I'm crazy for saying this, this is what I would do. I would let him. Trainee want to hit me, I'm going to let him hit me, and I'm not going to... I don't know if I would touch him. I can't say, I don't know if I would touch him after that. You know what I mean? Let me think about it for a second, man. And if a trainee ever put his hands on me, First of all, he's swinging on me first. I would never swing off and hit a trainee first. I wouldn't hit a trainee first. I just wouldn't do it. Because that's me risking my hat, my badge, my position, my paycheck, putting my family at risk, all that stuff like that. That's me risking that, first of all, swinging on any trainee first. Now, self-defense is a different story. But I don't know if I would want to go through that because there'd be an investigation. I'd have to take off my hat, go work at S3. I don't know. I don't know if I would want to even deal with that. So that's why in my mind, if a trainee swung on me, my first thought that I'm telling y'all is I would just let him. Because my second step after that is to go ahead and report it. Everything the counseling statement would go through, sworn statement if anybody saw it, send it on up. Trainee, this is what happened this day. I was trying to correct you. You swung on me. After you swung on me, I backed off and I told you I'm going to counsel you. Blah, blah, blah. This is what happened. From there, that trainee would be gone. That trainee would be gone. There ain't no way, I don't think in any company commander or first sergeant's mind of a basic training unit that a trainee would swing and hit a drill sergeant and the drill sergeant never put his hands back on the trainee and the trainee still stays in basic training, at least in that company. So yeah, that's my whole thought on it, man. Let's keep it moving.
I'm very serious. All the drill sergeants I had were like level 3 combatives, and combatives is pretty much the unarmed fighting.
It's when they fight and stuff like that, man. They hand-to-hand combat with them.
You know,
but not all of them are.
Get to that point because they have a rifle, but
not all of them are, and not all of them are big and swollen strong either. Not all of them can remember everything they learned in combatives. You know what I'm saying? But trainees just get intimidated by that kind of stuff. I'm level 3 combatives. Oh, I ain't touching drill sergeant. You feel what I'm saying? So let's keep it moving.
Here's a program that we have. Use like jiu-jitsu, some striking, stuff like that. And so guys who think that they're just gonna punk on their drill sergeants, you're completely misinformed. That drill sergeant is gonna mop the floor with you. Funny story. I'm gonna tell a quick story for you guys. So I was in basic training back in 2015, and we had some wrestlers in my platoon. Some guys who ended up going to wrestle for the Army.
It's always the wrestlers,
college, stuff like that. And one day,
always the wrestlers with combatives that want to freaking, you know what I'm saying? They know something. It's always the wrestlers.
My drill sergeant come up to the barracks. We all yell at ease. He knows we were in there wrestling. And so all of a sudden he takes his drill sergeant hat off. He starts taking his top off. And we're like, what's going on? And so the drill sergeant wants to wrestle. Okay, cool, right? So I go to wrestle my drill sergeant. Now I was about $140 at the time. He was a solid 210, right? I didn't care.
I just wouldn't even risk it. Put my hands on the train, touch on the train.
I can do it, yeah.
I wouldn't risk it.
All that jazz. And he completely mops the floor with me. Completely. Now, up to that point, I've wrestled the guys in my platoon who were about my size, maybe a little bit bigger, and I wasn't doing that bad. I was winning some, I was losing some.
I wouldn't risk it, man.
Pretty even.
Because you never, and this is the one thing that we've always been told, man, don't trust the trainees. And when we say don't trust the trainees, it's a quote-unquote, don't trust the trainees when it comes to this, when it comes to that, this kind of thing. Because you never know, you know what I'm saying? You got trainees that'll report drill sergeants for doing something that they didn't even freaking do. You know what I mean? I don't know. If a trainee will do some crazy stuff, like have sex in the freaking barracks, in basic training, have sex in the barracks, or bring food into the barracks, if they would do something crazy like that, you know what I'm saying? Have contraband. If they would do stuff like that, then you can't trust them. You can't trust them because you don't know what they'll do with you. If you tell a trainee, go to freaking religious services and come back, and they decide they want to go to the PX, and they finagle their way into PX and get whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. You can't trust them, man. Let's keep it moving.
But he mopped the floor with me within 2 seconds and did that to every single person in the barracks. And
I don't understand how that drill is even
30 people in it. He did that to everyone. He just mopped the floor with everyone.
So how did they have time? How did the drill sergeant have time to wrestle 30 trainees right then and there, man?
It was crazy. Then next week, another one of my drill sergeants come up. A lot smaller, maybe about $170, right? A little bit more my speed. This guy's technique was so sound. He just mopped the floor with me, as well as he only had problems with Flynn finger, Because Foodfinger went on to I think he still does. He wrestles for the Army right
And
now.
how would
you guys can look that up? Leslie Foodfinger, look that up.
I would not risk it, man.
Cycle.
I would not risk
Dude was a monster.
wrestling and messing with his trainee, bro.
He would just toy with me. It wouldn't really work.
What if I hurt? What if I put him in a certain hold and I actually hurt him? You know what I'm saying? What if we broke his finger? You know what I mean? Something small like that. Or his finger got broke while we were wrestling. We would get in so much trouble for that, bro. Keep it moving, man.
But I've had drill sergeants, tell me stories about a private actually swinging. And the thing about it is, let's say you do swing on a drill sergeant, right? Not only are you probably going to get beat up, you're also going to get rid of and probably kicked out the Army.
That's what I was saying.
You get beat up and kicked out the Army when you just got in because you have a bad temper. So it's just like when people tell me that, I just think that they have no self-control. And I don't say I think less of them, but I know that they wouldn't be made for it anyway, because your entire career.
I'm gonna just end it right there, man. I think I heard enough about this, and it's just boggling my mind, y'all. It's really just boggling my mind. I just don't know what unit a drill sergeant would put his hands on a trainee because they're upstairs wrestling. There's all kinds of different ways to go about it. Maybe they're infantry. I don't know. I don't know what unit they're in. But as far as I know, I ain't risking my freaking career accidentally hurting a trainee because we were goofing off and wrestling, really doing it, you know what I'm saying, putting my hands on a trainee, and then they freaking report that I did something, then I get kicked out from being a drill sergeant or something. I ain't doing it, man. I ain't doing it. Anyway, y'all, I just want to check this video out. Give a thumbs up if y'all like this video. Let me know what y'all think. Put something down in the comment section. SFAM stand up. SFAM salute. Stay focused. Motivated. Up in this ain't one time. Deuces. Love y'all to death. And I'm out.